It's one thing to be rich. It's a whole other thing to be Jeff Bezos rich.
Wait a minute!
The founder and owner of Amazon has amassed more wealth than anybody else in modern history. As of this video, his net worth stands at an absolutely astronomical $143 billion.
Neat. Yeah, boy.
If he merely had $143 million, he would be absolutely set for life, and so would his children and grandchildren. To have $143 billion seemingly defies all human expectations.
Damn!
It should be nearly impossible for one man to earn that much money. Of course, he didn't earn it all from just being the CEO of Amazon. His salary for that job is around $81,000 per year, which is honestly a really good paycheck that most of us would be thrilled to make. Most of us, however, are not Jeff Bezos. In fact, none of us are, since he's likely too busy running one of the biggest companies in the world to sit down and watch this video. The remaining $142,999,919,000 Jeff Bezos has to his name comes from all the stocks he owns in his company. And since Amazon is such a gargantuan conglomerate, as synonymous with shopping as Walmart, it makes sense how somebody could amass such an incredible amount of money. The human mind often has trouble contemplating a billion, never mind 143 billion. Remember, a billion is 1,000 million.
Oh my God! Wow!
Imagine winning $1 million lottery 143,000 times in a row. Provided you didn't spend any of that money, you would then be as rich as Jeff Bezos. On the other hand, if you made $10 million a year in some highfalutin superstar celebrity job, it would take you 100 years to earn $1 billion and 14,300 years to equal Bezos' fortune. Even a $500 million a year salary, which you might recognize as an amount absolutely nobody gets paid to do any job, would still require you to hold down that job for 268 years before you can go toe-to-toe with Jeff Bezos' bank account. This man is so rich, he forked over one of the biggest divorce settlements in the history of divorce and still emerged richer than anybody on the planet. In 2019, he and his wife Mackenzie split up. As part of the alimony deal, he gave up 25% of the Amazon stock the two owned together. This, combined with her 4% minority stake in the company, turned Mackenzie Bezos into a mega billionaire overnight. She walked away with around $35 billion simply by divorcing Jeff Bezos. Even after that, Jeff Bezos was still worth well over $100 billion and has since earned virtually every penny back simply by Amazon continuing to exist. Think about it another way. The British royal family, who are among the richest families on the planet, boast a net worth of $88 billion. One man is over $50 billion richer than the entire British royal family. To be fair, the Queen of England doesn't offer 2-day delivery with free shipping. Still having trouble conceiving just how gargantuan $143 billion is? TikTok user Humphrey Yang is here to help. He made a video using grains of rice to represent money. Every single grain of rice was worth $100,000. He then showed a mere 10 grains of rice to represent $1 million. He needed 10,000 grains, more than enough for several delicious dinners, to represent $1 billion. For Jeff Bezos' fortune, he needed an incredible 58 pounds of rice. The pile was huge enough that he could bury half of his keyboard inside of it. And what's truly scary is his TikTok came out at the end of February 2020. At the time, Bezos' wealth was a mere $122 billion. He has since added nearly $20 billion more to his wealth. That would require another 8 to 9 pounds of rice to visualize. Hopefully you're hungry. Forget rice for a second. Let's look at cold hard cash, namely $143 billion of it. If you had all that money in $1 bills and stacked them into one giant pile, it would reach 13.86 million miles into the sky. Your money pile would reach the moon and back an incredible 29 times. However, Jeff Bezos still has an extremely long way to go if he wants his money to reach Mars. With the red planet over 107 million miles away from Earth, Bezos would need to octuple his wealth to around 1.14 trillion. If you think that sounds impossible, remember that just a couple decades ago, the idea of somebody being worth $143 billion also seemed impossible. Maybe Jeff Bezos doesn't want to deal with all those dirty dollar bills. Maybe he enjoys shiny dollar coins instead. If so, he better buy a bunch of wheelbarrows really fast, because this is about to get heavy. Each US dollar coin weighs 8.1 grams, or around 2.8 ounces. That adds up quickly, as $57 coins equals 1 pound. If Jeff Bezos possessed 143 billion of those coins, it would weigh an incredible 2.5 billion pounds. You know the giant palace of the parliament in Bucharest, Romania? That monstrosity weighs 1.6 billion pounds. Imagine something nearly a billion pounds heavier than that. That is Jeff Bezos' wealth in the form of dollar coins. Obviously, Bezos would not stack hundreds of billions of dollar bills on top of each other, or convert them all into coins so as to crush his enemies. That would be crazy. Instead, what if he did something realistic, like purchase as many sports leagues as he possibly could? With his money, he could all but own professional sports. Currently, the National Hockey League is worth $20.6 billion. Major League Baseball is worth $55.5 billion. And the National Basketball Association is worth $57 billion. He could buy 3 out of the 4 top sporting leagues, as in he would own every single team in all 3 leagues. And still have around $10 billion to play with. We're not sure if Jeff Bezos is a wrestling fan, but let's say he used some of his extra money to purchase the WWE. Currently, the pro wrestling company is worth $5.71 billion, meaning Bezos could absolutely buy it along with his 3 new leagues. Maybe Vince McMahon would throw in the XFL for an extra $50. After all that, Bezos would still be worth around $4 billion, an amount that, if the only money he made was his comfortable $81,000 a year salary, would take him 49,382 years to earn. Hopefully, this visual lesson has shown that $143 billion isn't simply a lot of money, nor is it something that anybody can obtain through hard work alone. It is a once-in-a-lifetime, nearly inconceivable amount of wealth that precious few people can ever hope to sniff in their lifetime. Unless, of course, somebody can invent free one-day shipping. What a great idea!